I toyed massively with whether or not I was gonna make this kind of video, because I don't really post stuff like this, or I don't really talk about stuff like this very often, or at all, really. Also because I look like pure shit. I've had one of the worst days imaginable. Actually, one of the worst last 2 years, to be completely honest. All I've really done today is cry. Oh, I don't even know what I want to say in this video. Sorry. Currently, right now, it's August 18th or something like that, 2022, and I'm waiting to get a call back from the doctors telling me that I will have an appointment to talk about my mental health. I literally sound like a crazy person, don't I? The way I just essentially I'm going to the doctors about how shit I feel, which I never imagined I would ever do. I thought it was normal that people keep it bottled up for a long time, but when I told the woman on the phone that I hadn't really properly done anything about the way I feel for about 2 years, she was really shocked. She was like, "You haven't spoken to anyone for 2 years about the way you feel?" I was like, "No." Because I haven't wanted to talk to people. I mean, still now, I don't fully want to talk to people about it. But I know that I can't go on like this. I can't continue feeling like this. I can't wake up every day wanting to go back to sleep, wanting to just, you know, not be awake and know that I feel like this, if that makes any sense. I just want, like, you guys to know that, like, I feel like I do portray a very happy, confident, bubbly person, or like personality online. Obviously, you know, the best sort of version of myself, which, you know, is not a crime, we all do it. But there are cracks. I don't know, this is probably sounding really cringy and poetic, but what I'm trying to say is that someone can appear like the happiest they've ever been, or, you know, super content and comfortable with how they are, and they can go home that night and just rip their hair out, you know? Which is essentially what I'm trying to say has been my last 2 years. I have not felt like myself. It's sort of like I felt myself slipping away, and I haven't really known how to claw myself back, and it scares me because I've always considered myself a very happy, bubbly, light-hearted, fun person to be around, you know, and I'm struggling. I'm really, really struggling to be that version of myself, you know. And it's like it's physically exhausting to like be like that. I had a mental breakdown, essentially, if that's what you want to call it, at work today. I think I lasted all of about 5-10 minutes actually in work, and then that first tear fell. It just went sorry. Just went crashing from there, pretty much. I legged it to the guys' toilet, collapsed on the floor, and just screamed and cried my heart out, pretty much. Because I'm just done. I really am. I'm fed up, and I'm so over feeling this way. And even some days when I do have a good day and waking up happy, I'm scared that it's not gonna last, that the littlest thing will just remind me of how I actually feel and the feelings I'm suppressing, and they will come flooding back to the surface, and that happiness just fleets away. And I tell myself it's okay to have a bad day, because I'll just apologise the next day. You know, if one day I don't really talk to anyone, I sort of keep my head down and I seem miserable and off, and I'm like, well, it's fine, I'll just apologise tomorrow and just say, like, sorry, I was having a bad day, you know, like, we all get those days, you know what I mean, and play it off cool, like I was just grumpy for some reason. But it's just got to the point recently where it hasn't been a bad day, it's been a bad life, I guess. And I found myself making that excuse for myself a lot more, rather than just like the odd bad day. It's like every other day is the bad day, you know. I'm just so physically and mentally drained and exhausted trying to pick myself up. And you know, it's scary. It is so unbelievably scary. Like, no one talks about this. I feel like no one really does. Like, no one talks about just how scary it is, like, feeling this way, essentially, you know, depressed. Like, no one genuinely talks about how scary it is dealing with your mental health and stuff. And you don't get educated on this sort of thing, you know. When I was in school, I didn't know anything about this. This is all new to me, and it just hit me like a fucking ton of bricks and just completely shattered my life, essentially. And I think what's made it worse is I knew nothing about it, you know. And as much as there is so many people that love and care about me, and I know that, I'm not stupid, because they tell me every day, I still can't help, with no disrespect to those people, I still can't help but feel alone, still feel completely lonely. And that's not their fault. No one's made me feel that way. That's just the way this has made me feel. And it's such a shit feeling. So very lonely and shit. I don't really know where I'm going with this video. I'm not obviously going to sit and talk to you about all of my problems properly, because I don't do that with anyone. But I guess what I'm just trying to say is, like, you know, this is it. This is my reality, essentially. This is what happens behind the screens, behind that smile that I put on as soon as I'm in front of a camera. I've done nothing but cry all day for the last God knows how many months. And I'm finally accepting help, and it is scary, and I'm still not 100% on board with it because I feel stupid, really. I just feel like another, you know, like people just see it as, oh, it's another one who's got anxiety and depression, you know, because that's the way that I was taught in school. And, well, not taught, but, you know, that's sort of the stigma that was around in school. You know, it's a bit taboo. It was like, oh, you know, they've got anxiety, don't touch them, whatever. But, like, there's just no easy way to talk about it without feeling like you're attention seeking, you know what I mean? Unless you're being, like you're being genuinely honest about it, how you feel and what you're going through, and you can still feel like a complete and utter twat. I feel sick to my stomach every time I bring it up, which is very rare, because I don't want to, like, put other people into my situation as much, you know what I mean? Like, I don't talk to my family, or I haven't at least really spoke much to my family about this over the past couple of years, because I didn't want to make them a part of it. I didn't want to bring them into it and make them it's one of my problems with it is like feeling very guilty all the time that I am, you know, constantly bringing other people's mood down, and because I'm not being my usual self, you know. This video was a load of rambling. I don't even know if you actually sat and watched this, or if I'm even going to post it, which I know, like, every typical YouTuber says, but genuinely, I don't know if I'm going to post it, or I'm just going to keep it for me. But I just wanted to document how I'm feeling right now. Deflated, numb, no real will right now to do anything. Just feel like shit. Roll on that bloody doctor's appointment. I can't believe I'm saying, like, oh. Bye, guys.